Is your retirement date approaching and you are trying to decide how you feel about that, honestly? Are you full of hope and excitement and joy and really looking forward to it? Or is there a little bit of anxiety wrapped up in it, a little bit of fear, a little bit of concern, a little worry about what you're going to be giving up and letting go? If you're in that position, then this is the video for you. Hi, I'm Lana, and welcome to My Next Best Life. In this channel, I make videos about preparing for the next phase of my life post retirement. I have 8 months to go to retirement, and how am I changing from my working career into retirement? And how am I creating the next chapter, which I would like to be the best chapter? I've had a great life so far. Why can't the next life also be fantastic as I near retirement? In this video, I will be talking a lot about the emotions that are involved in retiring as you get ready. I'll be talking and sharing some of my personal feelings about that. And I will be talking about a couple of projects that I'm working on that are helping me to be more engaged and feel alive as I get ready for retirement. I will be sharing some journal prompts so you can use those to help you as you're processing your feelings about retirement. Let's get started. I'm 58 years old, just turned 58, and I am preparing for my retirement in about 8 months' time. And as I get closer to that day, I am filled with a range of emotions. It's a bit of a roller coaster of emotions, really, from excitement and hopefulness and anticipation. I have a lot I'm looking forward to when I retire, but also there are negative emotions that I'm working through as well. Fear and anxiety and uh, just, not knowing what's coming. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that roller coaster today as I get ready for work. Today we're going on a field trip with my class and we're going to a conservation area. I'm really looking forward to it. These are my favorite kind of days when I get to spend the entire day outside with little kids who just embrace nature and love learning and are playful and fun. And these are the days that I love. And these are the days that I'm going to miss. The purpose behind today of teaching kids about the outdoors and the environment and nature and so many lessons that are involved in that. I feel like this is something that more kids need today. And so for us to be able to give this to children, it's so rewarding and it fills my soul a little bit. It's why I became a teacher. I'm not going to have these days anymore when I retire. What will my identity be? Who will I be? I won't even be able to say, when I meet somebody new, I'm a teacher. I could say I'm a retired teacher. I was a teacher, but that identity will shift. And that comes with a little bit of anxiety for me. And there's fear financially. Am I ready? Have I saved enough? Is my pension going to be enough? It's not. I know that. It's already not enough. And I had to save more on my own, but I came late to that. So I am dealing with the anxiety of, financially, how's that going to work out? I'm I am making plans. I am like budgeting and doing the right things to like know my financial situation. I'm not walking in blindly. But of course it's never enough. It's never enough. What if something goes wrong with the furnace or the roof or the this or the that? Will I have enough to do the things that I want to do? I want to travel. And that's full of excitement and the possibility of that as well. I'm a lifelong traveler. I've always traveled since the early days and I want to do more of it. As I get older, my travel list gets longer. I don't tick things off and I'm done and my list gets shorter. I find that once I go somewhere, I realize, oh, there's two or three other places that I'd like to go as well. So that costs money and I'll have the time, but that costs money and I have to make sure my health is going to be in good shape. Like there's so many things to worry about, so much to process. And that's why I'm saying, like, there's a roller coaster of emotions as I get closer to retirement. I also worry about how my relationships are going to change because I work with amazing people and I'm very fortunate for that. I love the colleagues that I'm with that I call my friends. Some I'm closer to and others, but I know that once I leave, I'm not going to see them every day as I do right now, of course. And I know other teachers who I have loved and admired and respected and enjoyed working with who have retired. I just don't see them as much. It just naturally happens that you go your own way, and that there's a sense of loss in that. And I feel like I have to decide how much to let go of it, or should I really work towards maintaining those relationships and shaping them in a different way. Maybe I could host an after school get together for the current staff that are working, or do retirement lunches. There are groups that get together as when they retire during the day. They call it To Hell with the Bell, which is fun because you no longer have to answer to the bell. I'm looking forward to that. But it's just, there's so much to let go of: identity, relationships, and income, steady income, purpose. Uh, I don't know that I can go into retirement without a sense of purpose, without doing something else. I can't just sit around. I love reading and I love, like, I have hobbies that I'll explore more. I'm looking forward to all of that, but I'm going to need something more. I'm not the kind of person who can pack up and go to Florida and golf for 4 months. That's not who I am. That's not the retired person. That's not the retirement that I'm hoping for. I want something with a little more adventure, a little more purpose, and I just I feel like, will I actually create that? I hope so. I'm back from my full day on a field trip with my class to an outdoor conservation area. And as I predicted, it was an amazing day. We caught salamanders and frogs and little whirligig beetles in the stream, and went hiking on a trail, had a picnic lunch. It was just a great day. And I just, all day long, I was thinking this will be the last time that I take a group of kids to this particular conservation area. And as much as I enjoyed my day, I'm a little sad because that's the final one. The whole year's going to be filled with those moments. It'll be this was the last time I welcomed brand new junior kindergarten students to school for the first time. Kids who come to school for the very first time, I'm their teacher, and I make that impression, and I help them feel welcomed and comfortable. And I did that for the last time here in Ontario. So as we go forward, all the holidays and the other seasonal events and things that are happening, it'll be the last time. We'll have winter events. It'll be our last snow fort building, our last, we do sledding made out of cardboard. We make toboggans out of cardboard. It'll be the last time we do that. There'll be spring and summer activities. That'll be the final one. So it's also bittersweet. So what I'm looking forward to, though, is I have created a video series, or I've started to create a video series on this channel called the Midlife Yes Project. I've completed 2 challenges so far. The idea is that I do a monthly challenge, even if it's a little micro challenge. It doesn't have to be big, and make a video about it and share. And it's just, the purpose of that is to keep me engaged in life, which is something that I want to make sure that I do when I retire. That's one of my fears, is losing that feeling of engagement in life. Yes, I will have time for things, but time has a way of just sliding by. And before you know it, a whole day can go by and you can still be on the couch. Start off with your cup of tea or coffee in the morning, and hours can go by. And what you have to show on to reflect for that day, and days can turn into weeks and months. And this is how I think seniors fall into the trap of being lonely and feeling undervalued. And I just don't want that to happen. So my little project, the Midlife Yes Project, is saying yes to things, saying yes that keep me engaged in life, and making myself accountable to you as a viewer to check it out. So that should I eventually get some followers, I don't have any right now, but should I eventually get some, I will be accountable. What's next month's challenge? And of course, because I'm working full time, I did the Dry July challenge in July, and then I did my walking marathon challenge in August. Then September hit, and wham, that's a time of year I compare to what tax accountants are like during tax season. September is a very busy, exhausting period of time for a kindergarten teacher. You just, it's very tiring working with young children, and they're very needy in the beginning, and it's very hectic. So the Midlife Yes Project video sort of slipped by, and now it's the late October, and I still haven't completed another Yes challenge. So I am looking forward to that in retirement, that I will have the time to devote to that project, because I think it's a really fun project, and I have a whole list of ideas of things that I want to do. So if you're curious about something like that, please follow along and see what kinds of things I'm going to do. Another project that I'm going to be working on, or in the works of, and I wouldn't mind filming the process of this as I go along, is to create mini self-directed mini virtual retreats. I have about 4 different retreat theme ideas that I would like to develop, and I'll talk about the one that has the most to do with retirement. I'm going to call it Seasons of Change. So I've got a title so far, but mostly it's about how to help process the things I've been telling about in this video, about processing the emotions as you prepare for retirement, and how to handle that, because unchecked emotions, that's not healthy. So I am in the middle of creating a sort of retreat. My thinking is viewers could just sign up and you get it for free. It would just be a short little mini retreat. You could do it in less than a weekend or an evening or two, and it would involve whatever you wanted, because there would be choice. It's self-directed because you wouldn't be accountable to anybody but yourself. And yeah, I'm thinking like for a small one, it would just be a free offering. I would like to develop the retreat. I would like to do the retreat myself to make sure that it's going to be helpful to me and all of the things I've been saying here in this video about processing these emotions. And then I would like to share it if it's good. And I think it's going to be good. So follow along for that if you want to see how that unfolds. See, I like to have these projects. I like to have goals. I like to have purpose, and I want to help people. I don't want to just make a video for a video's sake. This is not all about me. This is just who I am. I want to serve. I want to have meaning. And so I'm thinking, if I develop a retreat like this, Seasons of Change, processing the emotions of preparing for retirement, if it helps me, it's going to help somebody else. So why not make it and then share it? So if you like that, please follow along for that, and give this video a like so that I know that you like this kind of content. And stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to share just some journal prompts, just to kind of along the line of the retreat. I'm going to share some journal prompts for you to use. You can download and have to try out. And if you're a journaler, then hopefully it helps inspire you to process your emotions. If you're not, it wouldn't hurt just to even think about things and reflect on the questions. I'll share 2 or 3, and you can take a look at those. That's it for this video. Thank you for spending some of your precious time with me. Time is valuable, as I'm saying, and you just gave some of it to me if you've gotten this far in the video, and I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.